Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gino from the band Tribulance, and you're listening to fucking Honest Brutality. Stay metal.
Created by the people, created for the people. No holds barred, no punches pulled, just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking, but you don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest Brutality.
Welcome to Honest Brutality, the show that is all things rock, metal, and funny. I am your host, Evil, and I am joined by my co-hosts.
Hey, this is Big Sloppy.
Hey everybody, it's Camera Rebel.
We have a very special guest hanging on the line over here, Mr. Gino Silva of Tribulance. Are you there, sir?
I am. How you guys doing?
Real good. Real
Awesome.
good, man.
Thanks for taking the time to sit down and chit chat with us.
No, thanks for having me on the show.
We've been looking forward to this for a while. I know we've been bantering back and forth between our camp and yours, and finally we nailed it down, man. It happened.
I mean, everybody's busy. Everybody has their things to do. But you know what? We finally connected, man. So it's a good thing.
That's right.
It is.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll decide whether it's a good thing or not here in a little while. It might be good for us, but I don't know about so much for you. You may be a little disappointed. No.
Come on now. It ain't that bad yet.
No. So hey, you guys are down in Arizona, right?
Correct.
So we've noticed here recently, we've been seeing kind of a scene developing down there. We've had Richie from Inside On. We had the guys from Mercaset here recently, and now we got you guys. What's going on in Arizona? All of a sudden, we got these kick-ass metal bands and rock bands coming out. It just, Arizona's the place to be, apparently.
You know what? I mean, I think Arizona gets a little kind of like overlooked. I mean, believe it or not, there's a lot of great bands here in Tucson, be it local.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those places that, you know, that they just drive by and not really take the time to see. One, I'm assuming because for everybody that comes through, it's hot.
It is hot.
We know all about that where we live.
It's fucking hot. Nobody wants to stand around outside.
Oh, yeah.
You know, let alone that shit. Even at midnight or 2 a.m, it's still hot.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. I have a cousin who lives up there, and I went to go visit her. I was actually thinking about moving there, and I went to visit for a few days and was like, no, never mind. You can keep it.
Just got out of the car, said it's too hot, got back in and left.
Oh, hell yeah. There's like 120 in the car.
There you go. That's Arizona for you. So, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that people overlook it. I mean, I mean, Arizona is a great state. I mean, there's a lot to offer, a lot to see, just, you know, other than just the metal scene. But I think there's some bands out there that have a lot of talent and a lot of potential to move. And for me, fortunately, you know, with the guys that I play with now, we're just attacking it. And yes, we're from Arizona, and you know what? We got that go big or go home at it.
That's amazing.
Why not?
Hell yeah. And you can tell.
Thank you. You know what? Why not? I love that
it,
attitude.
yeah.
That's a rock metal attitude if I ever heard one.
And you
man.
can tell because you guys are coming out strong. You're all over the place. You're jumping up on all kinds of feeds outside of our affiliation anyway. I'm seeing you all over the place. In fact, we just watched your live feed the other night. That was amazing. You guys go on stage, and your stage presence, by the way, sir.
Holy cow.
Wow.
It's amazing. You were fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. You know what? On me and behalf of the band, you know, seeing that we're older, back in our day, that's what we enjoyed watching was the stage,
Right.
the show,
Right.
the light,
Amazing.
pyros, and the image and everything that everybody brought. And we kind of grew up with that. And in my mind, it's like, you know what? I like that. Why not give it to everybody else in this day and age?
Right.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, you should.
I give it my all when I'm up there.
Oh, and you can see, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. As an audience participant, nothing irks me. And we talk about this virtually every
All
band
the
that comes
time.
on.
Mhm.
It drives me nuts. I pay good money to go see rock concerts and shows, local or large. It doesn't really matter, but you pay a lot of money. I work my ass off to get the money I have. And if you want to ask me to pay for a ticket to see your show and you're just going to walk through your set, nothing pisses me off more. To have somebody take me for granted that way as an audience participant.
Right.
Don't tell me you want to put on a show and take my money if you're not going to give everything you have on that stage. And I appreciate it when I see a band that's willing to get up there and kick ass. And you're right. I'm from the same era you are, my friend. The shows were big.
Oh, he's not that old.
You son of a bitch. Anyway.
We have our first lie. Who's old and who's not?
Oh, I'm old, bro. But you're right. There was an era of time, and I think it goes back to, you can go back to the 70s all the way through the 90s, where I think Kiss set the stage initially. Actually, Alice Cooper, Kiss, those guys back in the 70s kind of set the stage. You saw Ozzy take it to another level in the 80s. Motley Crue, yeah, absolutely. These bands. It was expected when you went to a big show that they'd put on a big performance, lights, lasers. Hell, the best pyro show I ever saw was ZZ Top. They flat killed it. It was kick ass. And then here recently, we've gone to some big shows, some big festivals, and a lot of them have been a letdown, to be quite honest, man. And then I hear you talk about how important it is for you guys to put on a show, and I just want to say thanks, man. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Oh, thank you. You know, we like we were saying, you know, we grew up on that stuff, and it's kind of not there anymore. I mean, the music is great. The band is great. There's so many great bands out there, be it big or small, and they just miss that little something. You kind of just end up going and having some beers at the show, and you're listening to their music.
Right.
But you kind of more to it, not knocking that they don't, but you know, you want to see more, and you know, you resulted back to Kiss and stuff like that. It was all about stage, theatrics, image, and it just goes hand in hand with great music. And I think that's what we always wanted to do and what we like doing. We just do what we can on our part to give the listener and the viewer more than just the audio.
Yeah, it's the full package, and you guys definitely have the it factor for sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You know, all of us just do what we can. I mean, when you're stuck with three other guys, and you're gonna hate each other, you're gonna love each other. It's gonna be so much do's and don'ts, and it's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this. You don't want to, great. But we all have that mentality of let's go big or go home, and we decided to go big.
That's amazing.
I dig it.
Hey, you guys just recently went big and won a Battle of the Bands type competition. Is that not correct?
Correct. As a matter of fact, that was the live feed show that you had saw. That came out of left field because we drove up to Phoenix for it. We're from Tucson, so we drove up to Phoenix for that. And we went up there just wanting to not conquer or dominate, but we wanted to go up there and show Phoenix, hey, you know what? You got to see us. We're from Tucson. So let's go entertain you guys, show you guys what we can do. And just like that, we ended up winning the contest. And I was kind of surprised, like an idiot when they had announced the winner. I wasn't even in the building. I was outside. So I walked in a few minutes later, and they're like, "Where the fuck were you?" I'm like, "Dude, I walked in. We won." I'm like, "Well, okay, all right."
That's awesome.
It's just one of those things, you know. You go to a different city, and you know that there's other bands in that city that are probably pushing the envelope just as much as we are. So you know, it's really one of those things that you kind of, for me personally, I don't get my hopes up going into another city trying to conquer or dominate. I just want to go and get more ears to listen to our music and say, hey, you know what, man, you gotta check them out.
Well, let's pretend like the listening audience right now that's tuning into this and hearing it for the first time has no idea who Tribulance is. Let's talk a little bit about who Tribulance is and your new album, The Aftermath of Lies.
Hey, you know what? Tribulance is just for fans of music who got together and wanted to just pretty much create music that we'd enjoy, but also as a fan of music that the listener would enjoy.
Right.
We're a metal band out of Tucson, Arizona. We bring more to the stage, if you will, more than just the audio. We like putting on theatrics, like pushing the envelope on our image. We really don't sit there and create music like if we were, poets or anything. We play what we love, and we do it from the heart and with passion. for the listener to have a first listen at us, we would like the impression to say, hey, you know what? This sounds badass.
Yeah.
Who is this? You know,
Right.
If they happen to come across online and see an image, or I would want them to say, wow, you know what? Look at these guys. They don't look like your basic Levi's.
And I think they will. Yeah.
So you guys have a look.
Well,
All of your
let's
own.
talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the image.
Mhm.
You guys have cultivated an image. Gino, you for just the sake of argument, with the contacts and the hair and the white and, you know, the imagery that you have. And then we were watching your live act. You guys have your the T that almost looks like the Ankh behind you on either side, and the lead singer almost looks like he's dressed. You guys kind of almost remind me of Ghost without the makeup and masks, because you have like almost a religious overtone to your theme.
You know what? We do what we want because we kind of want to see it from the other side. Hey, you know what would look cool? Hey, let's put this on there. This looks cool. How about this logo? Do you like this logo?
Right.
Yeah, you know what? Let's blow it up. Let's put it on stage. We weren't set out to be labeled. We weren't set out for people to say, hey, you know what? You're this kind of band.
Right.
You know what? We're what you want us to be. You know, the people that listen and really like the album, dig the album, we appreciate that they love it. So they're a part of us just as much as we are.
Right. Well, and I don't mean good, bad, or otherwise when I mention that. I guess my question is that in your imagery, if you were on the outside looking in and never churned on the music or actually listened to the lyrics or followed you guys, it appears, though, as though there may be some connotation there. And I just didn't know if that was actually there. There's rosaries involved and crosses, and it almost looks like you guys are a Metalla monk. You know, no, it's very cool. Don't get me wrong. I dig the imagery. I was just trying to figure out kind of like where you were coming from with it.
You know what? It just happened. Believe it or not, it just happened. And we've gotten that question from different people. Like, hey, are you this? Are you that? And he says, well, you know what? What do you think we are?
Got you.
Do you like it? Do you like what you see? Do you like what you hear? Yeah. You know what? That's all that matters to us.
It's open for interpretation.
Right. Well, and I would say with the exception of Brandon Lee, your drummer, who looks like he's an escaped convict, the rest of you look, you know, like a metal monk. It's badass, though.
Yeah. You know what? Brandon would be a whole different concept right there.
Well, so
you know, Brandon, like I know Brandon. Yeah. You know what? Brandon would have to set up probably his own interview with you guys just so you can understand him. That's really but I love the guy. I love the guy to death. I love the guy dearly. But we weren't set out, like you're saying, we weren't set out to be titled or labeled.
Oh, sure.
It just came up. So right now in our minds, it's like you can take us however you want. It's not going to bother us one bit. If you like what we do, awesome. You see us how you want to see us.
Right.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
And we weren't set out to be, you know, labeled or take that whole Christian persona with us. It was just one of those things that when we came up with the label, it was just an idea that we all came up with, like, hey, this would look cool.
Yeah.
And perceived it.
That's great.
Look at Black Sabbath. My God, they have a cross all over the stage and whatnot. Nobody thinks they're a Christian band. I'll tell you,
Right,
you
right,
know what I mean?
They can kind of, they really put it out there that they weren't.
Yeah, right.
So getting back to Brandon,
God, why him? Okay, anyway.
Well, actually, I'm going to all the guys here. So will you explain your bandmates to us in your own thoughts of, you know, their personality and who they are? So go down the list.
I'll go down the list. Sal, the guitar player. He's really the type that's really hard on himself when it comes to writing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes to be really isolated on what he does. He can lock himself in a room and just sit there and write. And then when he finally brings something to the table, he likes to bring it pretty much perfected.
Nice.
But you know, he's also open-minded to the point where, hey, you know what? It's just human. We all make mistakes.
Right.
he's a really humble guy. You know, he take things. You know, he doesn't take things to the heart. Be it if like, hey, he comes in with the riff and we don't like it. Sal's just a great musician all the way around. I mean, he has a good mind for riffs.
Mm-hmm.
For as long as I've known him, he's always been a great friend. He's really open, honest. At the same time, he's a little quiet. And it's those quiet ones that you got to watch out for.
Oh, yeah.
The silent assassins.
Absolutely.
It's usually the bass player.
Not this bass player, unfortunately.
No, this guy's got some personality. I love it.
Mike Vidal, you know what? Mike's a character. His vocal range, things he can do with his vocals. He's one of those ones that he'll speak his mind if there's something that he's not too fond of. But at the same time, he can hold himself back on certain things and give it time to progress.
Mm-hmm.
And he really thinks things through when it comes to his own parts when it comes to certain songs. All of us, I'll say it for all of us. All of us are really hard on ourselves.
Right.
You know, we're hard on ourselves individually. So that's one thing for all of us, and we all have that. Mike's just a great character all the way around. Like Sal, he's also a great friend, understanding, and he likes to take his time and see songs or whatever we're doing progress for the better.
Mm-hmm.
He sees something that's kind of not too great. He'll voice an opinion and say, hey, you know what? I think we need to go this route, go that route.
Right.
But you know, Mike, all in all, Mike's really a great guy. He's a great vocalist. That's something that I think we were privileged to have because we do get a lot of comments on him.
He's a front man.
They put him up there with the Rob Halford, Jeff Tate style range, but when it comes to our music style,
dude, that's funny you say that. I was just gonna pipe in. He reminds me a lot of Halford and Jeff Tate. And by the way, two of the guys are the biggest influences on me in music, vocally.
Yeah.
That I could name.
And he's a great frontman too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch their live videos, the guy he brings the power, brings the pain,
and to more so is to be compared to those two guys.
That's a pretty big compliment.
I mean, come on, those are some of the biggest powerhouse vocalists ever in metal. So that's
exactly
a lot to be said for that, man.
I don't know how he takes that. You know, honestly, I've always wanted to ask him that. Like, dude, when you hear somebody tell you that you're just as good as Halford, I don't know how I would take that. I'd probably be scared and run away. Like, man, I don't measure up to those guys.
Right.
Like, so as individuals, we're hard on ourselves. The worst judges are ourselves. I love Mike, and I love his vocals. He brings that different vocal aspect. Man.
You bring him on this show, I'll ask him.
There you go. Exactly.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I can't remember a while back we were talking. We're gonna have to make a trip down there and talk to you guys personally.
Absolutely.
Hey, doors always open, my friend.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Be the light on.
Yeah. Bring us in on Brandon.
Brandon.
Well, the first time he broke out of jail.
Right. I don't know. Something tells me about Brandon. He'd probably want to stay in there for a reason, but I don't know what the reason would be. You know, I've known Brandon longer than any of the other guys in the band. Brandon's a really hard worker. You know, like everybody else, he's really hard on himself. Brandon is really he's really into the arena rock back in the day. You know, like I was saying, all of us really took that arena rock thing, you know, with us. He's really flashy. He's really what's the word? Flamboyant.
Yeah.
He's really you know what? Fuck Brandon. I can't.
I love it.
You know what? I love Brandon to death.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, we get it, man.
Brandon is outgoing. You know, he's really straightforward. He really works hard on what he does. He loves the whole theatric, loves the whole image. Brandon's a really solid rock drummer, and I think the way he is just another added flavor to the band.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Cool.
Brandon,
He's got some chops, that's for sure.
Yeah.
if you want to call them chops, yeah, they're all right. But
Hey, so let's talk music. Specifically, there's in listening to your guys' album, I couldn't help but notice all the different time changes throughout all the songs. I thought it was really unique because you'll be listening to the song, it's going one way, and then boom, it's just this really smooth transition to a whole different time. I can't even explain it. There's like, take for instance, the song Control. The way the song starts, and then 20 seconds in, it goes another way, and then a little bit deeper in the song goes another way. It's really unique to me. It caught me off guard. So I got to the point where I'm listening to each song, like, how are they going to change the timing on this song? It's pretty cool, man.
one thing that was hard for me to grasp with Sal, and I still can't grasp it, is how he comes up with what he does.
Uh-huh.
He can go from just straightforward blast guitar riff, all of a sudden he'll downshift to like, dude, that came out of left field. What do you think? I can never explain that. That's something Sal's gonna have to explain. Nobody hasn't been able to get into his mind. So
probably a good thing.
Exactly. We're left like, dude, how did you do that? Or what were you thinking?
Right.
But he does it, and for some reason, the way he does it, it works.
It just feels good to him.
Yeah.
He's playing from his soul.
It's the way it happens is it comes from left field, like he said, but it's smooth as hell. It rolls right into that,
which is a tribute to the whole band because everybody has to make that transition.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
Yeah,
to me.
and I agree.
Yeah,
yeah. The album is the aftermath of Lies, which you guys just recently released, correct?
Kind of, sort of, but we're gonna drop this nationally May 5th.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Worldwide. Right now we have a couple of tunes on SoundCloud, and there's some on Reverb, Spotify, and iTunes.
Well, we're lucky enough to have been able to preview all of it, all 9 tracks.
Yeah,
and
you're one of the lucky ones.
Well, we are really because
I would consider it lucky.
It's funny because we've been jamming the shit out of it for a while, now. So, and it is what's cool about it is I think it really does a lot here in our camp because it kind of goes back to what we grew up with. Also, we feel that it's got a modern twist to a classic sound, and that's how I would describe it.
You know what? I have a question.
Yeah.
I talked to you a little bit about Mike. I talked to you a little bit about Sal and Brandon. What the fuck happened to me?
Oh, no. we want to talk to the important members of the band.
No, we're getting there.
Yeah. You just slow down, sir. That's awesome.
How do you not love this guy?
I know, right?
Gino, you're one of my favorite guests, buddy. I'm telling you right now. I love you, brother.
Awesome.
Well, Gino, okay.
I'd kick it.
Too late. Let's do it. So, Gino, did you grow up playing the bass? When did you start playing the bass? And how did you start playing the bass?
I had to learn.
That was all. Are you red right now? Are you turning red?
Oh no! You know what? No, actually, Teresa's turning red. She's there laughing.
It's all good. That's perfect.
So somebody's turning red. Back to the album.
Oh my
all right, let's talk. Let's get back on the album. So you guys you play most of these songs, if not all. How many of these songs do you typically play from the album in a show?
In a show, it depends on the show. Sometimes, I mean, we did a show one time where it was only 20 minutes. We were only able to do 5 songs. Sometimes we'll get anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. We like to cram as much music in there as much as possible. We want people to listen to the music rather than hear Mike just rambling on. And Mike's the same way. More music, less rambling. More music, less rambling.
Right.
There's some times where, our stage show, sometimes we can't fit it on. Why? Because we don't have enough time. So we'll go up on stage bare bones. We won't bring anything. The most we've done was probably the whole album at one time, and give or take maybe an extra song or two.
No, wait a second. Are you saying there's some hidden gems out there that we don't know anything about?
Maybe.
Ah, all right. Do you guys do any covers at all when you go live?
You know what? We've known to do one or two, but we really don't. We kind of like having the whole original concept.
Right. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I do
That's actually
too.
pretty cool.
But I will throw out this that as far as hidden gems, we are going back in the studio in mid-May.
Awesome.
Really? You're just now actually getting ready to drop this first album worldwide, and you're already ready to go back in the studio?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's something. That means you guys have been busy and hard at it.
You know, when I talked to Eric earlier or yesterday, he was telling me that, sorry for taking so long. You've been busy. Hey, you know what? It's been busy for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. It sounds like it's a good busy though.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something, be it with you, like in your guys' line of work and with ours, there's always something. It's always busy. We're always working. We're always moving.
Right.
So have you guys done any festivals or anything?
No, we haven't. That would be something fun to do. I know all of us would like to do something like that, but as of right now, our main focus is just to get the album out there, get a lot of listeners to listen to it.
Getting even a side stage at a festival would be the greatest thing for you guys because
absolutely.
you bring that act, you bring that theatrical aspect. And, we go to a lot of festivals and we see a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things we see is bands that get up there on those side stages and walk through the set.
Yeah.
And we will walk away from the set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you guys would kill.
I kind of understand the walk through the set and walk off. We get it. We understand it. But within those 30 minutes, 45 minutes, we do what we do.
Absolutely.
We bring it.
For sure. Well, yeah.
Walk off.
We've seen bands that play to 5 people like they play to 5,000, like they play to 500,000. Mm-hmm. The idea being that it doesn't matter. You go out and perform, you perform.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. That's what I see in you guys. That's awesome. For sure.
Oh yeah. You know what? I mean, there's been times where, we show up at a show. Even back for me, even my previous bands, there's been that one time where like, hold on, who's here? Just a bartender and the waitress?
We hear that a lot, actually.
And that guy in the back playing pool. I'm like, okay, you know what? We're still here. We're still doing a show. Let's do a show.
Absolutely.
All right. And then the next show you do, maybe there might be a little over 100. It doesn't matter for me if it's one person or 1,000 people.
Right.
I'm still going to bring what I bring. I'm still going to show them what I do.
Nice.
Simple as that.
So now you guys have been around for a hot minute. When did you guys form as a band, and how did that all come together?
I wish it was a hot minute, but actually it's a few years. 95.
Yeah.
Give or take, I want to say 94, 93, 94. I was with Mike and Sal in the previous band, kind of just fizzled out. It was nothing too great. Ran into Mike at like maybe a short year later. He was like, "Hey, you still playing?" I'm like, "No, but I want to. You looking to jam?" He's like, "Yeah, well, I still talk to Sal, get a hold of him, So there, give or take 94.
Mm-hmm.
We started something with the previous drummer, with the original drummer back then, and we did that run for about maybe 5 years. It typical, little things within the band, but then again, we also were like, hey, you know what? No one's biting. We've had a little bit of success, maybe overseas, some Europe spots here and there, but nothing really great. And we stopped. Here we are, years later in 2012. I just happened to talk to Sal, and one thing led to another, and like, hey, can we still do it? You still in? Still got the fire, you still got the passion, and sure enough, here we are. And we tried to get the original drummer back, but it wasn't happening. He was having his own personal issues, so for the better of the band, we just decided to find another one, and we ended up with Brandon Lee, and here we are today.
So let me get this straight. So you guys came together roughly in 95, and then you took a break and then got back together in 2012, right?
Correct.
Okay. So in 1995, you guys dropped your album Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah, we did.
So looking back on that versus the Aftermath of Lies, Where do you see the differences in style and sound of your guys' music?
You know what? In my mind, I think from then to now, I think '95 was built on a lot of influences. Like I was saying, we grew up on the whole old school Motley Crue, Maiden, Queensryche, Ozzy, Sabbath type stuff. I think we were trying to find our way by using our influence.
I see.
That makes sense.
Some of the influence they don't reflect the album, but if you kind of like dissect it and look at each part, and I'm like, hey, you know what? The guitar player sounds a lot like this, or the bass player sounds like this, and the singer and the drummer and their music and whatever. I think from 95 to 2012, with that whole big break, with everything that's evolved so much, and we came together, I think we actually, what's the term, grew up.
Right. There's a lot of growth for sure.
And kind of actually found ourselves individually like, okay, you know what? I'm a bass player, but not, I'm a bass player that plays like this. I'm a guitar player that plays like this. Mike's a vocalist that sings like this. Brandon's a drummer that plays like this. So I think everybody's time that from 95 to now and actually kind of growing into their own, I think it just set off a whole different kind of aspect on what we wanted to write as a band. And when this album and Aftermath of Lies was put together, I feel that Sal actually put a lot of heart and soul into this album. And I think individually we all set ourselves up a really high bar on wanting to really show that we're musicians that can offer a lot to everybody who actually can get a hold of this album and listen to it.
Well, I'm really glad that you guys took a second whack at it. That's amazing.
And that, for me, I really wasn't expecting it. I just happened to run into Sal, and then Sal's one of those guys that can really, talk a good game. And you know what? I'm glad he talked up a good game on this one, because I feel this product is actually something worth putting out and letting everybody know about.
It is. Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, two things. One, do you have a favorite song on the album? Believe me, I know how to pick one usually, but do you have and which song, when you go live, are you getting the most response from? People saying, holy shit.
Me personally, I really love Oblivious. It's just one of those straight in your face songs that just says, you know what, not only are their lyrics insane, you could listen to this song without the lyrics and the music is just badass itself.
Yeah, it's got all those changes in it I was talking about. It's pretty killer, man.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know how Sal does it. Sal is he's a mastermind for doing that, and I still don't know how he does it.
Right.
If I had to sit here and get a response on for one song, I'd probably have to say maybe Aftermath of Lies. I've seen quite a few people out there that just really dig that song, and I get a lot of that, after the shows with meeting people.
Right.
They're like, dude, I love Aftermath of Lies. I love Aftermath of Lies. That's a big ass song, man. And it's, obviously it's the title track from the album.
Right.
But I'm more of an Oblivious person. If I'm not one, as a musician, I'm not one to hear my music over and over. It's bad enough that I play it, and create it and record it. At the end of the recording, when I'm like, okay, it's done, I'm like, really, I have to hear it again? You know how many times I heard just that one riff?
Right.
Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
So I try and put myself out there, when I'm on stage, and I try and put myself on the other side of the stage as being a fan again. And Aftermath is just one of those songs that just captures that person at that moment in time. Right. I love Oblivious. I think it's just a harder song for me.
Right.
I love how Sal arranged that. Something about Aftermath that just people just love, and I'm like, you know what? It's not my favorite song, but if it's yours, that's great. And if it moves you and you dig it, by all means, that's fucking awesome.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my favorite song on the album is "Betray." I love that song. I love the opening. Love the way it rolls. It's pretty badass.
That's mellow, but Betray's mellow. Something about it has that Megadeth type riff. It's just really smooth and
it's kind of hypnotic, bro.
It is, and like I say, Sal wrote a big chunk of this album, and like I was saying, how Sal does it, I really don't know. I doubt if I'll ever know, but he put a lot into this album, and it's working well.
Sal works in mysterious ways.
Like I said, Sal's the silent type, man. You got to watch out with him. He'll do a number on you.
So Gino, I do want to come full circle on stuff here. You play the bass. So are you formally trained? Did you play when you were younger? How did you pick up the bass, man?
Oh, okay. Finally me after all this time.
I know. I was working on it. We tried to get you to go there a little bit ago, but
everybody else, not him.
Oh, good God.
Gino, I wish you had a sense of humor, man. Step up.
I'll just go to Walmart and see if I can buy one real quick.
Awesome. Go for it.
You know what? I mean, like the rest of like all the other guys in the band, we started pretty young. You know what? I didn't take music. I picked up everything by ear. I hate to say it, but back in the day, I band with Brandon in this little kind of like, hey, we're a band type band, and we're this and we're that, and we were actually nothing because we were still learning. So playing with Brandon back in the day with some friends and other previous bands, as time went on, I kind of just evolved as in like learning from the guitar players and the musicians that I was playing with at that time. I didn't have any training, didn't take classes, and didn't really, do anything, study or whatever. I just played by ear and kind of learned with the members that I was playing with at that time. And I'm still learning,
Right.
Absolutely. It's the journey, man.
And like I was saying, Sal, I'm still learning with Sal. It's always going to be a learning process.
Right.
I don't know how he does it. I'm like, dude, cut me some slack here, man. I'm trying to figure this out, but you know what? It works.
So, Gino, tell me little Gino in school. Tell me about him. Let's go back, dude. I want to hear all about it.
Define little Gino, like the one that didn't do school in high school, or the little Gino that was like in elementary?
the real little Gino. Tell us about the real. Who is the real little Gino?
The real.
If I hear a zipper, I'm hitting,
that's not the little Gino we're talking about.
I'm hitting the button.
I'm hitting the button, right? All right. Well, that zipper sounds gonna be real long.
Awesome.
I love
it. The little Gino then to the little Gino. You know what? I'm still little. I'm just a little kid at heart still. Especially with the guys that I play in the band with. I just wanted to not really go out there and say, hey, I'm this guy or whatever. It just something that happened for me, being a big fan of music, wanting to pick up an instrument and play. I chose the bass, just getting with guys over my lifetime that play music. With a lot that's happened from then until now, I try and stay humble on the things that I've seen and that I've been given.
Yeah.
There was a moment in time, in between Tribulance 95 and Tribulance 2012, where I had another band where it also did some things. It did a small tour. It had some radio play, some things here and there overseas, blah, 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 whatnot. So, I'm humble for the little things that I've gotten as a kid and now. And you know what? I'm thankful for things like being on the air with you guys.
Yes, well, thank you.
You know, as far as the little Gino, there wasn't really too much to him. He was just a little dirty kid that liked to go out and eat dirt.
That's so funny.
Hey, Gino, do you remember your first concert?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Say that again?
What, I'm not important now, you son of a bitch? Listen. No, kidding.
Well, I'll think about that. But anyway, what was that?
Yes.
I love this guy.
Gino gets another point.
Right? So listen, do you remember the first time you went to a concert? Do you remember who it was?
You know what? Honestly, I think I was about 10 and it was Styx.
Oh,
Nice.
on purpose?
For free.
Really? Is it a vivid memory? I guess that's the question I'm getting at. Do you remember it vividly because it was your first show?
Yeah, you know what? I remember it like it was yesterday, and there was some stupidity in between. I was just a young kid. I was just a young punk, and how my two uncles took me,
Okay.
and how they managed to let my mom let me go with them. I don't know how that happened. They took me and my sister. I don't know how, but they left us. They left me and my sister high and dry.
What?
So me and my sister was, hey, but you know what? It didn't matter. I was watching Styx in concert.
Right.
And I can't remember exactly what album or what tour it was. I just remember it being Styx. And you know what? I was actually kind of memorized by the lights and the way they just played everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Seeing a concert for the first time I think is totally different from hearing music for the first time.
Oh yeah, by far.
And that was just, to me, it was just amazing.
Mesmerizing, I'm sure. Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
And then, obviously come home the next day and
with the contact high. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, keep going.
I didn't realize, I didn't know no better. But then again, I remember, like almost 20 years later telling my mom, like, hey, you remember, I still remember going to the show, but you know what? My uncles left me there alone while they went to go do stuff. You know what they went to go do? Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got an idea.
They probably went to go smoke some weed or
something.
Smash in the bathroom with some chick. Oh my gosh.
Seeing that show was I was just a kid. I didn't know any better, but it was like, yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's funny. I think you and I have a lot of similarities in our first show experience, although mine was New Kids on the Block. No, I'm kidding. It was not. Actually, I got to see Ozzy with Randy Rhoads my first show, but yeah.
Really?
It's honestly, I can tell you all about it. Sometime when you come into the studio, we'll sit down, we'll talk about it. It's a long story, but yeah, it had to do with my uncle and contact highs and all that shit. So,
and now those contacts are legal now. So
hey, we're on the radio. You gotta keep this to no roar here.
You're such a good bird. It's legal now.
No, hey. Speaking of contacts, Gino, let's talk about your eyeballs, homie.
They're there. Yeah.
Those are cool, man. I've never seen contacts quite like those. Those are contacts, I hope, right? Yes.
Now you realize.
Oh my God, I don't think they'd let me work at any job if I had eyes like that.
I've never seen anything quite like them. I mean, they're literally like white, iridescent, glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark, yeah.
They're crazy.
You know what? That kind of thing just kind of happened. It was a joke, actually, believe it or not. I was jamming in this previous band, and with that band, we kind of like really pushed the envelope. We weren't stupid on a lot of things, but we wanted to push the envelope, whole theatric thing, and it just came about to where, hey, you know what? I saw them online or something. I remember. I'm like, I'm gonna try it, and I tried it, and you know what? It worked actually. So I was like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it. Believe it or not, though, with Tribulance, when we got back together in 2012, that for me, that wasn't part of my idea. It wasn't structured in the band.
Right.
And just one day I told Brandon, I go, dude, I kind of want to push the image a little bit. So I got with Mike and Sal, the next practice and say, hey, how would you guys feel about it? They're like, you know what? It's up to you if you want to try it. And here we are, man. Years later, I still put those damn things in my eyes.
Yeah, they're cool. They're neat.
They're creepy cool.
I don't know
That's
that
what
I've
they
ever
are.
seen anybody with anything quite like them.
Yeah, and they go great with his assless chaps.
Yeah.
It's a great look.
All chaps are assless.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Well, Marilyn Manson wears one. He just wears the one.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's because he's afraid of commitment.
Is that what it is?
Oh my-
There's I've seen a few out there. But for me, it was I just
But you
know,
look
everybody-
cool.
Yeah, he rocks it.
Yeah.
thank you.
There's only one out there, Gino. And it's
Well,
you.
yeah, only one Gino.
There you go. Do you have kids?
All of us do.
Like age range.
Age range. I'm trying to think. Let's see, Brandon, probably the youngest would probably be 10. The oldest would probably be about 25.
So, do your guys' kids come out to your shows and jam out
You
with
know
you?
what? Actually, both of my boys go out with me every single time.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Love it.
One of Mike's boys goes all the time. And actually, you know what? This is kind of cool on Mike's part and my part. Both of my boys and his boys, they're like our roadies.
Nice.
Hey, free labor, man.
Hell
Ain't
yeah.
nothing like it.
But was it free child labor? Is that what they call it? But
Yeah.
we get our boys out there, and they hang out and kids are kids, but they get out there, they set up the props for us, they'll pull equipment up, they'll take it out of the trailer, they'll load it, and and they they're with us. I mean,
That's so awesome. I like that.
it's kind of cool, and as far as kids, like all of us, I mean, for as long as we've known each other and we've known each other for quite a long time,
Right.
say that we're more than just four guys in a band. We're brothers,
Brothers,
and,
yeah.
and also we're family.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Our kids and so forth and so forth. It's just one big family. And the way we are with the band is the way Tribulance is with the band. We're Tribulance, but you guys are Tribulance too. You guys are just as much as Tribulance as we are. We're what we do as Tribulance, whoever's there, who's ever watching, who's ever a part of it, we're family.
Cool. I dig that. We
And
feel the
that's the way
same
it
way on
should
our
be.
show. So that's really cool, man.
It's family.
And likewise, you are now part of the Honest Brutality family.
Sorry,
Yes,
man.
you are.
You are
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm down.
Brutal
Honest
tribulance. There
Honest
you go.
Tribulance.
No brutal tribulance.
Do I have to go out and get Honest Brutality tattooed on my butt?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The choices are your butt or your schlong. Your choice, man.
Oh, go for the butt, man.
I'm gonna get I'm getting the logo right there. It's happening.
If Honest Brutality on my schlong, it's a little short. I don't need to know.
Just see an H and a Y.
And what we forgot to tell you is you got to get jumped in. That's the other part. But
And there'll be a lot more stuff in between.
Oh my god! Oh my
I don't know.
god!
Big sloppy might look good there.
Oh, come on, man!
Love
it, dude.
Gino, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you wanted to talk about today?
No, you know what? I think we're good. Probably just, who's ever listening, May 5th, we're gonna be dropping up, we're gonna be dropping the album, worldwide. We got a couple of tunes, that are available for download right now. What is it? Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. I think Oblivious and Aftermath are the ones that you can listen to now. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give comments, say something good or bad. We take it in stride. If you're down in the Tucson area, sometime in May, we got the 520 show coming up. Band called Never Say Never, which are pretty good band here locally also. We've got one back in Phoenix sometime in June. Don't really have anything confirmed on that yet, but I think we have something going down. And as far as Honest Brutality, I don't know about those guys. They might want to seek Jesus or something, but
Oh, bless your heart, Gino.
Well, you know what? We do have to set up a group interview, and we have to make our way down there. That'd be fucking cool.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
yeah. we'd
And
love
likewise,
that.
if we get in that area, we're gonna look you up for sure.
Nice, awesome, man, awesome.
Yeah.
You know, right now, I mean, I it's always Brandon. Brandon was saying that he would like to do kind of like a small tour, maybe go out that way. I'm down. I'll let you know if we make our way over there. You'll be the first the first set of people I'm going to call.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
We'd
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
We'd definitely work with you on that, bud.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a conversation with Gino Silva of Tribulance, and it has been another great time. Gino,
Oh, yeah.
hey man, thanks again so much for taking your time to hang out with us today.
To all of you guys, man, thank you for having me. The pleasure was all mine.
Oh, thank you.
I do appreciate your sense of humor today, buddy.
Absolutely.
It seems like we actually found that thing that was well inside of you, but we sucked it out. You do have a sense of humor.
You're
Yeah.
good at
So
sucking
that
things
was-
out of guys.
You're not an introvert anymore. You're an extrovert now. And
Oh,
all kidding aside, Gino, we do appreciate you coming on, bud.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
Gino, for the listening audience, how do they get a hold of Tribulance? How do they book the band? How do they reach out and talk to you?
You know what? We got Facebook. Was it Tribulance or Facebook? Yeah, you know what? Teresa's gonna answer that really quick.
Put Teresa on the mic. Step up to the mic, Teresa, please.
You can reach it Facebook /tribulance.com. Instagram is tribulance_, and Instagram is tribulance_. Or you can email them at tribulance1993@gmail.com.
awesome.
We got it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, get out there, get you some Tribulance in your life. And whether or not they look like there's someone you should pray to, you can definitely do so. This has been Big Sloppy, Evil, and Camera Rebel. We thank you so much for listening today. One hell of a cool guy, one hell of an
Yes.
awesome band, Tribulance.
What a lot of fun that guy was.
Yeah, well, the band's fun. They are very active on social media. They're all over the
Right.
place. I've been watching their live feeds, and it's a good time. I wish
Yeah.
that we could get out and see them
They're
live.
amazing.
They do put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. You know what was really cool is he knew our show.
Oh, yeah.
He knew our show very well, and it
it's-
was nice to see.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
reciprocal thing for sure here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is not an ass kissing contest when I tell you that you should be checking this band out. They are
For
they
sure.
they are really good. Like I said, modern twist on classic sensibility of rock and
Mhm.
metal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It totally shows. And guys, you know, I think it's for all ages, but guys our age especially
Mm-hmm.
can really relate to it because it harkens to what we come up with.
When you start throwing names like Rob Halford and Jeff Tate out, you have my attention every time, and I think that's a fair assessment.
And the
on
music's
these guys.
good. Yeah, not
dude,
just that you're
yeah,
gay.
You kidding? Hey, you know, if the dick fits. Did I say that out loud?
I guess, sorry. I couldn't
Yeah.
help it. All right.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for listening to Honest Brutality. Make sure you check us out every Saturday on rockrageradio.com. We have a show there at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We are also on the air Tuesday nights.
For Center Stage, where we talk to bands and we play their music, and that is 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, and you can call us at 530-962-0411. If you have questions for the guys from Tribulance that we didn't ask, that we need to call back and ask them, too damn bad. Call us anyway.
Yeah, we'll do it. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the different socials. We're out there. If you need anything else, please go to honestbrutality.com. If you're listening to this, go to whatever podcast directory you're getting it from and give us a rating and a review, please. It makes a difference on that side. We do appreciate it. Most importantly, listen to some Tribulance and stay metal!
Stay metal. Why did you do a twirl when you did that?
Because it was fun.
Stay metal.
I was trying to be theatric. I put in my little eye thingies.
Drama.
这小宅舞。
Words that you spill, will I believe? Embracing the chill